Hey guys, it is Friday and I have a new video for you, obviously, and a new activity. So hopefully everyone is doing okay and getting through the activities we're working on and they're making sense. If you need to contact me about anything, you can do it through Google Classroom. It's probably the best way. Um, Andrew asked me if you need to let me know when stuff is late. No, don't worry about that. I don't even know that people are necessarily even getting these videos. I'm not sure who's even receiving these until I see your work. And I don't know when you get them. Maybe someone texted you and was like, hey, St.Romain did some videos. Anyways, hopefully people get this done. This is more, I mean, I'm going to try and mark what I get here, but I think our school year is going to be a bit of a mess anyway, so we'll see what happens. So that said, you don't have to email me when you're done this stuff. Just do it, put it on the blog, and I'll take a look at your blogs as we progress. So far, things look good though. You know, looks like you guys are getting it. So two things for you to do today. One, I want you to go to the website and then watch this video here. Okay, you're going to see it says it's not a video, sorry, it's a Prezi. Okay, link to typography Prezi down here. Okay, when you click on it, it's going to take you to a Prezi. It's about a 10-minute lesson on the anatomy of type. Okay, and it's going to go through sort of all the pieces of like typography, all the elements. It goes over some of the terms you already know, and then goes over some new ones that you're maybe not going to recognize, but they're important parts of typography. Just click on this, it just goes through um, some different terms and things we should know. Okay, so I want you to do that. That's like 10 minutes. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is an activity. Now my girls are working on this right now. I'll have them come over in a second so you can see it. But it starts just below what we finished yesterday. So yesterday you should have put some stuff on your blog, okay? And now we're starting this activity. It's called the Great Logo Switch. So the idea is you're going to go search the internet for a logo that uses some strong typography. So the examples I put here are Ford, Coca-Cola, IBM. So if you look at the Ford logo, right, that's very strong typography. You recognize that. IBM, again, very strong typography. You would recognize that. Some other examples might be A&W. There's a lot of really good typography logos that are recognizable. Now, notice that color is an important part of the branding and the typography, right? So this wouldn't look the same if it were just in black, right? In fact, it looks fairly plain in black, right? So just keep that in mind. Anyways, the focus here is not color. The focus is typography. Just keep color in mind. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to go and find a logo, okay? Add it to the blog you've already started. Upload an image of your logo. Okay, so just go right click, grab it, put it on your website, and write a description of the font that you chose. So is it a serif? Is it a sans serif? Is it a script? What is it? Is it bold, scripty? Is it fancy? Does it look serious, corporate, playful? So when you look at like this, that's not very playful. It's very serious. Right now, granted we sort of recognize this as IBM and it is a serious company, but it's pretty serious. Whereas this is maybe a little more playful. Okay, and so what I gave you guys a list of words here just to get you started. Okay, a list of words: distinctive, bubbly, professional, geometric, elegant, strong, narrow. There's a ton of ways to describe fonts and types and just their personality. Okay, so read through those and take a look. Okay, so that's the first thing you're going to do. That goes on your blog. The second thing is you're going to go and search for a second logo. Okay, search for another logo, one that uses a completely different font. Okay, the two logos should be different categories and stylistically very different. So if you're using like, I don't know, a script font, your first one was Ford. Okay, if you're using Ford, your second one could be something maybe like a bit more geometric, like IBM. Okay, and the idea is you're going to switch the two logos. Okay, so you're going to you're going to see some tips. Try to select. First, let me show you what you're going to do. You're going to basically draw the two logos, but draw each logo using the other logo's font. Okay, so here's an example. Okay, Subway and Netflix. I'm going to draw Netflix using the Subway font and Subway using the Netflix font. Okay, so here are some tips. Try to select logos with roughly the same number of letters. Okay, A and W, which is 2 letters, and National Geographic, which is 18 letters, are not going to work well together because you don't really, there's not enough to draw from, right? You're not, if you tried to draw National Geographic, right, which has 18 letters, and A&W, which has 2 letters, that's not going to be a good match, okay? Maybe H&M would be a better choice, okay, to match with A&W. Okay, and then there's a couple other tips here. Try to select logos with a variety of letters. A and W only has two letters, both of which are angular and have no curves, right? So look at A and W. Those are very angular, right? So I don't know what an S would look like. I don't know what like a G would look like, right? So it's kind of tough to make some decisions based on that. Okay, both of which are angular, have no curves. This makes it difficult to guess what a C, a G, or S might look like. And then try to select two logos that are either both uppercase or both lowercase. Okay, it'll make it easier when you're doing this next part. Okay, so I've chosen Subway and Netflix. Now, actually, I didn't follow my own instructions in that these are both um, pretty geometric, right? But that's okay, just as an example. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to be drawing one using the other. So first, what you want to do is notice the number of letters. So Subway has 6. Netflix has 7, which is pretty close. Notice that both fonts are uppercase, okay, which will make this a little easier. Notice the letters. Netflix does not include a single curved letter. Okay, these are all very angular, straight up and down letters. Okay, the only curve in the entire logo is this baseline curve here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make some guesses about how that's gonna work. If I have to do the S, how's that gonna work? I gotta kind of look at that E and make some guesses. Okay. Subway, by comparison, has a S, a U, and a B, all of which include curves. Subway is also all in italics, whereas Netflix is not. All the above considerations are things to bear in mind while you're working on activity. There are some letters in each logo that are not included in the other. So what would the E look like in Subway, right? Subway doesn't have an E, but I need to do an E, right? Because I'm going to be doing Netflix in this font. Well, I can make a guess by looking at this B, because the B shares some of the geometry, right? So let's see here. If I go down to this, you can see I looked at that B and I went, all right, well, the E would probably look something like this. Right? And I'm guessing, but I'm basing it on something. I'm not randomly guessing. Okay, I noticed that it's on italic. I kind of drew these lines to give myself. Now, I did this digitally, right? I went over here and I was doing this in Illustrator only because it's harder for me to do this on paper and show it to you in a video. So this is how I would have started this, right? I kind of drew the horizontal lines and the vertical lines just so that I could get a sense of what things are going to look like, and then start making some guesses about how that would work. Okay, and you can do it on paper. I did it here. I'm sure you can even see that, but I did the same kind of grid system there, and then I started, and I got my guys. Of course, I got my guys to do this as well. So let's take a look. Maya and Vivi, can you guys come on over here for a second? Awesome. Okay, bring that over here. Let's put this behind it so we can see them. All right. So go get me the box. Bring me the 2 boxes that we did. The two game boxes. Right. LOL. So I got my guys to do this as well, and I helped them a little. I helped Vivian, but Maya did it on her own. And we got two game boxes. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So we saw this earlier. Right. That's the LOL box. Right. LOL. And then we used Monopoly was the other one, and we took those two games, right, and we switched the letters, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what we did. So this one, let's move this out of the way. Here, come over here so we can see you guys. Right here. Right, say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, great. So here we have our 2 logos. Okay, so there's, I should see that. Okay, there's the LOL doll. Okay, so there's LOL. Right there, written in the Monopoly letters. Okay, and then that is the part of the Monopoly logo written in the LOL font. Okay, and so that's what that looks like. Okay, so that's what you guys are getting asked to do for this activity. Okay, go and pick. Thanks, guys. Awesome job. Did you like that activity?
Daddy,
yes.
this is from my
Yeah, I know. Okay, do me a favor, put those back. Awesome.
We'll put that back and I'll put that back.
Thank you, guys. Okay, great. So that's your activity. Okay, there's a couple other things here that I didn't mention, but you can read them on the website, and that's it. Okay, don't worry about the rubric. Because we can't do the illustrated part of this yet, which we will do. But for now, just do the drawing part and get you thinking about typography. Notice some of the subtleties in your font, so things like angles and decisions about where this arrow is going to go. Things like there are 3 white letters and the 3 yellow letters, but Netflix has 7 letters. So how are you going to divide it? Maybe here? I don't know. Your call. Okay. So there's some things to think about, some things to look at. Hopefully they are straightforward for you and they make sense and there's something you can work on. Okay. When you're done, you can take a picture of your work and put it up on Google Classroom. Or actually, why don't we do this as another blog? That's probably the easiest way to do this. Okay, throw it up on your blog. Take a picture, put on your blog, and I don't know if I asked you guys to write a reflection about it. I don't think so. No, that's it. Just do the activity. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks. Hope you're all doing well. Talk to you again soon.